Hey everyone, just doing a quick analysis here and then we'll get right into it. All right, so this is what we have. On Friday, we had a pretty big market drop from close to all-time highs. So Friday's candle, it dropped just to the consequent encroachment of this wick right here from Feb the 12th. You can see price literally just stopped there. It actually went right below it by a bit. And then what price did today, if you kind of look at the 4-hour and the 1-hour chart, is it opened up with a bullish new week opening gap. And it's currently sitting above this 1-hour buy side inefficiency, this blue fair value gap that I've denoted here on the top left. And right now what it's doing is actually bouncing between the new week opening gap of 127 and this week's opening gap of 223. So I'm expecting today to be extremely choppy price action, just moving sideways. Usually on days like we had on Friday, where there's a massive drop, price usually consolidates and moves sideways. So if we're looking for a move today, it's going to have to be clean. It's going to have to make sense. And right now, the only level that I like and that I want to target is this buy side liquidity here at 813. And the reason why is I'm anticipating for price to try to push up a bit after such a large drop of, it was 600 essentially points on Friday. And I'm looking for some kind of retracement here. He will open up with a bullish RTH gap. So in 10 minutes, price will go up. Or sorry, price will open up. So we closed Friday at 21,684, which is basically this red line here on the 15-minute chart here on the top right. And what it's going to do is the following. It's most likely going to drop maybe to midpoint, turn around, and then hopefully take out buy side. That is going to be maybe a move I'm going to be looking at today. Today, the rules I'm creating for myself is I'm trading with half risk and it's only one trade, just because of the conditions of today's market. If it's a winner, great. If it's a loser, great. So today in the morning, I did try to take a trade long off of this level right here. It broke the first percent of fair value gap after midnight. And what price did is it tried to rally. I was in this rally up to this level, but unfortunately came back down and tapped me at break even. So today I have one break even trade and we'll see what price wants to do here. So far, it's a whole bunch of nothing that I'm seeing. But let's see what's going to happen at the open. Let's get this bullish RTH gap. See if it's going to get down to midpoint. Maybe look at the first percent of fair value gap. And then we'll see if we can take a trade from there. So today is, if you guys are planning to trade today is low probability trading conditions. Definitely. So half risk, quarter risk, one micro lot. And probably cap your day to just one trade. One shot, one kill. That's going to be today's theme. We do have minor sell side liquidity sitting below us. The reason why I'm not so crazy about this level is on the 15-minute chart, price tried to break this level multiple times throughout the last couple of hours since the open. You can see here that the bodies are touching the midpoint of this, and let's make this is inversion right here. It's an inversion fair value gap. So let's make it yellow. Price that tried to break it multiple times. You can see the bodies are just closing right at it and just essentially pushing away from it. Price today in the morning, it did try, create a double bottom, came up to the midnight opening range, rejected it, came lower. And again, it just tapped this minor liquidity that we had right here before, again, sending price up higher. And I really thought price is gonna, before the 930, try to take out the liquidity, these relative equal highs sitting at 430. So what these are these are relative equal highs, but they are also London highs as well. Okay, so this is a real area of liquidity that we want to target. It's just a matter of if price is going to get there today, or is it going to move sideways? Okay. Looking at the 1 hour here as well, if we were to map up some more, I guess, fair value gaps that might be impeding price from going up here. It's going to be this area right here that I'm marking yellow. This is a SIBI. You can see here, price is sitting in the lower half of it. You can see here, we got this BISI where price is sitting on the upper half of it. So it's being right now sandwiched between these two levels here after a large leg day, like Friday, which today is, it's either going to be a consolidation day. It's going to be messy going up and down, or it's going to give us a clean move. But I think that third option there is fairly a low chance of happening. But again, if something is clean, I may take it. Just reduce your risk today, guys. That's what I am recommending. All right, when's open? 5 minutes from now. Okay. As you can see here on the, actually you can't see it actually, but we will be getting the RTH gap forming soon. So here on the top right, we've got this specific indicator starting to potentially map out what the new week or the RTH gap is going to be for today. So it is going to be fairly large. It's going to be around probably 81 handles to the upside. So it's going to be a bullish opening. And hopefully what we'd want to see today is price coming back down, hopefully to midpoint, creating some reversal, giving us a first fair value gap to work off of. And then again, these London highs, I do want to try targeting them once again for today. To the downside, again, price has the option of taking both sides. The one thing that is a bit sus is essentially this area right here. So right when we opened up today, what price did is it left an area untraded. Okay, so there's really two ways of seeing this. This is an area that price is going to want to come down eventually and reprice, or price is generally bullish and it won't come down to this price. Okay, but I have a feeling that it might want to reprice here. So if price does want to be bearish today, this is going to be probably a level that may want to be tapped. And again, for it to do that, it would have to break this blue bar here on the left-hand side on the 1 hour. But what it may do is, again, I just might consolidate today and just give us a whole bunch of nothing. So got 3 minutes opening. We can also map London lows. We got London lows right here below us. So here's again this actually there's sell side liquidity here, and the next level of sell side is here. Okay, so here are London lows. London lows. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so the pre 930, we got fairly bearish price action. Price just tagged the post 7 o'clock lows. So after 7 o'clock, the pre-opening algorithm kicks in. It creates highs and lows, and price just starts taking it out. You can see here, if you guys did manage to catch a short here, this was a fair trade where price created these relative equal lows, came up, rejected key P array, which is this purple area, which is your midnight opening range, which is essentially time between, or it's the lowest low and the highest high from midnight all the way to 12:30. And you can see here, it actually touched this, rejected it, and then it aggressively pushed lower, taking out the liquidity, resting below these two equal lows here. So for today, let's see, we got a minute and 10 seconds left. We'll have to see what price wants to give us. Today, we also have no news as well. No red or orange impact news. So this is another indication that today is a more difficult day to trade in. Okay. Tomorrow we got nothing as well. Oh, actually we have something. We got some orange folder news tomorrow at 10 a.m. and at 9 o'clock. So that's better. But for today, there's absolutely nothing. There is no USD news, and everything else is other currencies. And nothing is a red folder. Okay. So most likely in the next 20 seconds, our RTH gap is going to be roughly 72 points to the upside. Okay. So just remember about statistics, there's a 70% chance that price is going to want to reprice this level right here, the midpoint of the RTH opening gap. So let's see price trying to work down here and then see what it wants to do from here. If it's going to aggressively reject this area and start pushing for these London highs, or if it's going to want to just start collapsing. Okay, so 930 has opened. What we're waiting for right now is for 1 minute first fair value gap. And we're going to start building a thesis around that with these higher level theses on the 15 minute, and the 1 hour just looks really bad right now. It's just moving sideways. All right, so price has moved into the first quadrant here of the RTH gap. Levels I'm looking for is this yellow area here that's being rejected, or it has been rejected for the last couple of hours. If we close below it, that's going to give me indication that we're going to start probably pushing lower. So if we close at 945 below the yellow bar, this long idea is going to have less of a value. And I think what it's going to want to do is reprice to the RT or the new week opening gap of today. So again, very mixed bias today, even from my end. But let's see what we can get. Just remember, when it comes to finding your first fair value gap after 930, we do want that to happen either on the 931 candle or after. So never use the 930 candle for those. All right. So price went to the first quadrant here. It rejected it. Now it's currently trading above the RTH gap. If price continues to push higher, this is going to be our first presented fair value gap. Oh my gosh. It's gonna take out these highs. It's just, I don't think it's catchable. Decided to pump 40 pips. If it does take out this high, Probably wouldn't have anything else to target for today. I'll probably let it go. So price right now it's going to be retracing after this insane pump. I want to see how it's going to react if it gets to this level right here. So this is the midnight opening range midpoint, and here is the very first fair value gap of today. So if you kind of look at what happened after, like at 12 o'clock. Actually, I'm actually wrong about that. The first displacement is going to be somewhere here. There you go. Okay, so price right now is coming back down. It did reject the midnight opening range just at the midpoint of it. Dropped back down very quickly. This is not an indication to long, by the way. It's just a very whippy price action. This is very sus right here. So look what it did here on the 15-minute. So we got our relative equal highs, and then it just created like a third high right here, like a triple top. So this is just more buy side liquidity. The price might want to trade to later on. But right now we're trading below this first presented fair value gap. Like if I were to be interested in a move, it would have to displace lower, create some damage, break above it, use the first presented fair value gap as support, and then start pushing higher. So that's right now. Nothing of interest to me. In 18 seconds, we're going to get a SIBI right here. I'm going to map it out. I'm just going to delete it if it doesn't, if it closes above. But here we've got two PD arrays that I'd want it to break to the upside if it were to be going up. If you guys use a 15-second chart, the first presented fair value gap on the 15-second is also in this area right here. So we have a lot of confluencing factors that's acting as a key PD array here. So price is probably going to hit right now the midpoint of this RTH gap. The 1 hour is very, very bearish right now. And on the 15-minute, you can see like that yellow area that I've indicated earlier. Price just went right to the bottom of it and bounced up. I'm looking at this mean threshold of this wick right here. See how price is going to be reacting to it. If it's going to push up into it and then push lower to that midpoint there. There you go. Midpoint has been hit. This 1 hour candle, or this 1 minute candle, just went into the lower half of this wick here, which is a PD array, and it pushed lower. And right now, price is hunting lower prices. Most likely, we'll see the sell side that I have indicated here. These line lows. It's most likely going to get tapped any second now. It's going to start digging into this new day opening gap and what it might be targeting. This is the volume imbalance. I just want to see how the price is going to close in the next 7 minutes. This right here is it's a daily volume balance. So price has not even traded at all since yesterday to today. It's just a gap. So price has tapped that liquidity, sell side. It has tapped the end dog here. And then we want to see how price is going to react from here. If I'm going to see it shoot up above this area right here, that might be indication that bulls are present and it may want to touch buy side liquidity. Because it took sell side liquidity, it touched the end dog, it pushed away from it. If it's going to break the first presented, and essentially the only SIBI that we have here, then that might be of interest for a quick little long. And how many pips would that be? 55 pip or 55 points. But again, price is going to have to show that to us. The 50-minute candle is going to be closing in 5 minutes from now. If it closes like this, I'm not interested in longs anymore. If it pops above in the next 5 minutes, I'm interested. You can see here, there's not a lot of inefficiencies being formed on the 1 minute. So fair value gaps. What this is actually, it's not a volume imbalance, it's a liquidity void, LV. Wrong terminology there from my end. Where price has not traded at all. And these can be seen as draws of liquidity. So right now, if price does close here in the next 4 minutes, daily liquidity void, it's probably going to get tapped. And I'll see if I can position something short there while leveraging price to protect my stop. It's going to be a scalp, but let's see here. So far, you can see here on the 1 minute, price is fairly, it's in like a weak bearish order flow. You can see all of these bearish order blocks, they are being respected. You can see price right now is going to, I think, slowly start to dig in to this area here. It is bouncing right now off of the end dog. So if I were to take this, sure, it's tough. It's really tough to position something today. The 5 minute, if you guys look at that chart, it's fairly bearish as well. Again, price has right now 3 minutes to give us an explosion to the upside to indicate that we do want to take price higher. If not, then what's going to be a possible structure that can be traded off of going short? It's going to be essentially this right here. This is going to be seen as the breaker. Bearish breaker. Kind of seeing price kind of come up to this area, tapping the breaker and then coming lower. But if that were to happen, my position would look something like this. Probably happen above the 1 hour. Like that's like a position I'd want to take. Like a 2-to-1 essentially if price gets up here. But everything below that, it's going to be closer to a 1-to-1, and I wouldn't be confident in a stop there. So if price hits this area and no trades taken, maybe done for the day. Price does nothing. Or in the next 2 minutes, if price doesn't break this first and fair value gap, I'm not interested in longs at that point. So Right now, I'm more bearish than bullish. It's also level to watch out for the bottom of the RTH gap. That's yesterday's opening price. Let's see here on the 15-second. Do I see anything that's tradable? Version. Yeah, price is going to probably drop here. There's no way I can catch this. Right, so price right now it's sitting in this end dog here, but this liquidity void may be the magnet that price is being pulled to. And unfortunately, there's no key PDRAs that I can bounce off of. On the 15-second chart here, let me show you guys what could have been a possible move. Right, so when price kind of pushed higher here, it created an inversion, it rejected it, and then again, that could have been like a very quick scalp to the downside. But still, the 15-minute chart was unknown. We just took liquidity from London. So even taking something like that short, it may work out, but it's definitely a high risk trade. There hasn't been a single 1 minute fair value gap since 9:33. So over the last 11 minutes, price has been very efficiently being delivered lower. Let's see what price wants to do here. We'll give price today till like 10:15 and call it a day. Everything after that probably won't be interested. And sometimes days like this are boring to trade. I'm looking how price is reacting right now to this inversion right here. So I kind of tapped it, right? Like you try trading through it once, twice. This is the third time that it's kind of really kind of poking itself into, or maybe twice. This is truly an inversion. You'd want to see price start dropping from here. If it breaks to the upside, then price may be doing something else here. You can see what price did too. It touched the RTH gap or close, which is Friday's closing price. It bounced higher. Let's see what price wants to do here. The 1 hour looks dirty right now. The 15-minute chart, you can see it traded back into this RTH gap. This is interesting, actually, the 15-second. Let's see how this 15-second candle is going to close here. I'm not liking how the bodies are closing above the midpoint. It's permissible, but it's not telling you that it's like a strong PDRA that's going to be respected 100%. This is more of, it's being respected. The bodies are staying within it. Price is wicking above, but taking a short here would be questionable. We got a bullish fair value gap form on the 1 minute here. So this is like the second 1 minute fair value gap that has formed since the open. Price tried breaking this 15-second fair value up to the upside. You can see it wicked above it, body's close to the lower half, and then price maybe it might push lower from here right now. But this 1 minute BISI is not to my liking right now after touching the RTH gap low. So what can price do? If price breaks below this liquidity void, will it go lower? And how much lower? Unknown answer, right? There's liquidity, of course, sitting below us through recent lows and whatnot, but today most likely is going to be an inside day. I think Friday was a really hard day to trade. One-sided market, just driving in one direction. Even though hindsight, you can say, oh, if I shorted any time during Friday, I would have made money, but it's tough. It drops so much, and you're just kind of trying to continue that train lower and lower. So you can see here, let's change this back to the 1 minute. Price is looking into exploring this 1 minute fair value up here. I'm going to map it to the 15-second. Okay, I broke below it. So I think it's going to continue dropping from here. So I want to see how it's going to respect it to the downside there as an inversion. We also have to watch the 1 minute here so it doesn't create like a low test on it and then start going higher. Oh, okay. Daily liquidity void has been touched. Okay. All right, and I think that's where price wanted to go, to be honest. From here, I think price would only want to go, or if it does want to go somewhere, it's going to be these relative equal highs here. Again, this area is going to get, I have a feeling it's going to get tagged today. Like this is too clean for it not to get tagged. But this might be an afternoon trade. Let's see how it's going to react from this daily liquidity void level here. If it's going to just shoot past it, or is price going to close it and then start rejecting it. There might be an opportunity for, like, once price closes this fully, this liquidity void, and it bounces up from here. If price wants to be very shark-like, it might want to start pushing higher to these, so this buy side liquidity. But the liquidity void midpoint has been taken. So right now the liquidity void is very small. It's like this. Okay. That is the level that has not been traded to since yesterday. So you can see here, this is like that level from yesterday's close, or not yesterday's, but Friday's close. So let's see what it's going to do. Okay, so fully traded through it right now. And price most likely has done what I wanted it to do. It's just I was a bit sketched out by by these entries here. But all in all, guys, I think today's gonna be a quick live stream. Am I gonna be chasing this price lower? I'm not. I might be looking at it during the London or the New York session for possible longs. But on that note, again, today is post a large range day. Price has consolidated since the open, I guess till now. It did push in the direction of the daily liquidity void. Again, like today's like a example of where we got two key levels that we probably want price to go to. And I picked one of them, right? The liquidity void over the liquidity sitting above these three highs here. I really thought it would start pushing higher from here, but again, it just failed and dropped lower. So guys, on that note, I'm going to end it. If you guys enjoyed the stream, feel free to drop a like. On that note, I'll see you tomorrow. So have a great day and talk soon.